Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively, we are the Office Blokes.
Yes.
It is true. We're after a new intro for our little channel. We're going to keep the same music, but feel free to jazz it up a little bit. Some sort of animation as well, just to replace that little 5 to 10 second clip you've just seen spinning round. Do you want to beatbox it for everyone, Mike?
Not really, no.
Right, fair enough. Email your submissions, officeblokesreact@gmail.com. Competition closes on the 15th of April, so there's not long left, really.
Let's get close.
We'll do a poll. We'll pick a
Competition
winner.
is subject to terms and conditions.
Which I haven't made up yet.
Winner gets a prize, which we haven't decided yet either. So
It's a night out with Mike.
it might be.
It's a night out. It's a night
Might
out
be
with Mike.
breakfast with Mike.
Yeah, breakfast with Mike, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. That's going to be the runners-up prize.
Email your submissions to officeblokesreact@gmail.com and we look forward to seeing it. It might be our new intro for the foreseeable future. But, right, every comedian's reaction to Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. I didn't realise Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. When did that
Did
happen?
he?
Yeah, must have missed that.
Never heard of it.
I love all the people saying it's a PR stunt. And it's like, well, it's fucking backfired for Will Smith.
It's well, I was
If it
going to
a
say,
PR
yeah,
stunt.
hell of a PR stunt.
All his movies have been shelved. He's been kicked out of the academy. Anyway, so we have seen Andrew Schultz's monologue,
Yeah, that was funny.
which I'd be surprised if it wasn't in here because that has gone crazy for Andrew Schultz.
That was really
Millions
good.
of views
Yeah,
on YouTube.
Proper though,
and
that was really
TikTok.
good.
Yeah, savage. But we'll get into it. Every comedian's reaction to Will Smith.
Every
slapping
comedian.
Chris Rock.
It's only 15 minutes long.
There's a part two.
Every comedian.
There's a part two.
No, but every comedian.
All of them.
All of
Wow.
them. We'll see.
It's just 15 minutes of everyone going,
Wow.
and then
every
the next
comedian.
person. Anyway, let's do it.
Is it me or do the lights keep going up and down?
What lights?
These.
Yeah. I
I've not
thought something
noticed.
did.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What's the deal with airplane peanuts?
So you ran into Chris
Yeah.
at the after party.
Yeah, bro. So it was pretty wild. So Spade took me over to the who actually is from Arizona. Shout out, I think he's from Scottsdale.
Hey.
So Spade invited me to be his guest or whatever. We went to the Vanity Fair party. And then we went to some other dude, a rich guy's house. This dude was really, really rich. Like,
How'd
they
you
had a
know?
machine in the front. You could just get money out of it. It was just like, it was an
called an
ATM.
Oh, okay.
But you could guess any number and it gave you. It was like, this dude was real, real rich. Like, yeah, they had, even his dog had like a little wallet on the side.
Damn.
Wow. So this dude was really, really rich. And we went in and like, Jennifer Lawrence is sitting in the back just hanging out outside, like just in her pajamas. She like lived next door, I guess, and so she came over because she heard some commotion or whatever. So she's out back just hanging out. Like there's like Pelinappy Cruise, fancy people.
I've never heard it.
Is that Theo Von?
Yeah, fine. This is what I said when we reacted to him last time, and I was saying the stand-up bit wasn't the best, but him on a podcast is on form.
Yeah.
He just says stupid things on purpose, like the dog having its own wallet
Right,
and
yeah,
things like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
If you're not listening, it just passes you by, but it's so silly but funny.
It's like fancy people you see on the magazine, and they're just sitting there, you know, eating. You know, they had some raviolis. What else did they have? They had a salad that looked. It was a little I thought it was a little bit wilted, but people were eating it. Rich people will eat. They'll eat kind of more. They'll say it's like more artistic kind of. But anyway, so we get to finally see Chris Rock, right? And I'm with David Spade, so Spade knows him. So they're just kind of talking, and he was just shocked. He was like, "What the fuck happened?" He's almost. It reminded me of. You ever been at a party and somebody gets hit by somebody, and then the person that hit him leaves? And there was never really like a big fight, or maybe there even was a fight, but the one dude never had any idea there was any beef or anything going on. And then you start talking to that guy and he's like, "Bro, what the fuck happened? Like, what do you think?" You know, that's kind of what it was. He was just like, "What the fuck?"
So did he
happened?"
not know that she had alopecia or whatever disease? That's why she was bald? Did he not know that?
I think he had no clue. I think
So
he had
that
no clue. And who don't have alopecia? Everybody's going bald.
You want to hear something funny? I saw a tweet.
Everyone's going bald.
There's a high roller, Theo Vaughn, though, isn't he? Was it Oscars parties, like Vanity Fair parties?
It looks
and
like he's
things
got me
that?
David Spade, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, but still, he's in these places, isn't he?
Hey?
Yeah. I've been invited to like a one of these Formula One after parties, but I'm not involved in anything. Just fucking knew someone that was going, so I get in at the door.
You got to
Plan
go,
with him, mate.
Hand out office blokes little gift bags at the door.
This was way before the office blokes, mate.
Yeah.
Here we go, Schultz.
Yeah.
Said it wasn't even Rock's joke. It was one of the writers.
That's so good.
What do you think he's doing backstage?
So funny.
But after
The
just
writer
like,
just like,
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The writer probably thought of way worse jokes about infidelity and was like, let's go with something mild.
dude, she's wearing a green, like a military green outfit.
Bruh.
Yeah.
And is she going to be in G.I. Jane?
No.
They're not making another G.I. Jane?
No. She's not doing this for a role.
What? What do you mean? What do you mean?
No. She's doing it because she has alopecia.
yes.
She's losing her hair.
Yeah, which is apparently a huge deal. I had no idea.
Every person at the Oscars has fake hair.
Every person in this room is losing their hair.
Yeah. Shouts to Keeps.
Yeah.
But no, for real, like if there's one place where you can wear like wigs and fake hair and all that kind of stuff, it's the like every girl there probably has extensions.
Yeah, but she wanted to be proud. She wanted to come out and say, yo, this is my hair.
Well, then keep it a buck. Be proud, yo.
You don't go and sit in the front row. You're a star at the Oscars. There's a professional comedian whose job is to roast people. That's what he's doing. And what he did was not even insulting.
It's not
It was a
about-
mild joke. That was not an insult. It was the most mild joke about her hairstyle.
I fully
in
get
reference
it.
to a movie where a
fully
lady
get
shaved
it.
her head.
I fully get it. But
Like
I'm
the
just
idea
simply
that there's
saying
any justification whatsoever of him getting up there and
No.
smacking him in the face.
But Fancy's not losing his hair the way that Carlos is. He's like the Mexican Larry David. He's like Luis David. He is. And Carlos is, what are you doing? What are you
Keep Carlos's name out of your fucking mouth.
Dude, it was like a Mexican Larry David joke.
Keep Carlos's name out of your fucking mouth.
Okay, dude.
When I first saw it, I was like, yeah.
I've watched a few of these already.
Have you?
Yeah. Yeah, I've read some of these podcasts I dip in and out of
yeah.
a little bit, like the Andrew Santino one I listened to a little bit.
Yeah.
Because he bumped me twice.
Oh, Chris Rock did.
Chris Rock, Friday and Saturday. I wasn't able to go up. Nothing. He's a nice guy. I'm just saying there was a little part of me was like, Dad, don't bump. You know what I mean? And then Eric made a little meme of the slab is that don't be bumping people in the OR. You know what I mean? So it was just funny. But when you really think about it, because there was a moment after Will said, "Don't ever fucking talk about me." A couple times he said that, where Chris. I know that look because I've been there. It's a moment of shock and trauma. It was traumatic. He was assaulted in front of millions and trillions of people. I mean, not millions of people watched but virally. I mean, you're talking about the world saw it.
Mm-hmm.
The whole world. Russians saw it. Putin saw it. I bet you Martin Putin saw it.
What do you think weighs more?
Oh my!
Chris Rock or the hair in the shower drain at Jada Smith's house? What do you think, Rex?
He was doing some weird movie thing. It was like he was getting away with it as if he was living in a fictional movie. Like the idea that you think it's smart while wearing a tuxedo to walk onto a stage in front of the world, like literally the world, one of the biggest award shows on earth, if not the biggest, and smack a comedian for the most mild joke, and then sit there quivering, saying,
With
keep my
anger,
wife's name out of your fucking mouth. And everybody's just going to sit there in the shit that you just took on the table. You just pulled your pants down and took a shit on the dinner table, and they all have to just sit there and look at that. That's what it's like.
A shit full of peanuts and corn and everything.
It stinks. It's just the whole idea behind it is completely irrational. But what I'm saying is, like, these people live in this fake world of, you're protected by guards, you're driven by limos, you're on the red carpet, like all of it is crazy life. And he's so goddamn famous and so removed from regular discourse and interaction with regular people that he, for whatever reason in his head, acted like he's a character in a movie.
Yeah. There was a guy.
I think he's right there.
I think he's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, and he even tried to caveat it with his speech at the end, didn't he, where he was comparing himself to the Williams dad.
Yeah.
and saying all this like sometimes you just got to do anything to protect your family.
It's just bullshit, wasn't it? I mean, he's trying to talk his way out of it like that.
I mean, we've reacted to the slap though.
The comedians are all proper like jumping on the bandwagon now and having a go, aren't they? Everyone is.
Oh, massively, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'd be careful saying bandwagon because this is the third video we've reacted to about.
No, I'm not saying it's. What I'm saying is they're all jumping on the. They're all getting together. They're all sort of coming together.
They attacked one of their own.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, and it's something that they'll all relate to because you get on stage and start attacking people. That's pretty fucked up.
I think when all said and done, I think it was a mild joke as well. It wasn't sort of like one of those you think, oh shit, I can't believe he said that.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel it was.
It's
anyway.
not a cringe joke, is it? But
no.
What you've got as well is you've also attacked probably one of the senior comedians on the circuit.
Oh, massively.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
He's
been going for years, hasn't he?
Comedian.
Yeah, he's right. Well, he's right. Oh, he's hosting the Oscars. So, he's
He's
well thought of guy, isn't he? So,
right.
Yeah. Well, his ticket sales have gone through the roof.
Good.
I can imagine, he'll get loads of material out of it, won't we? Free play to him. Hope he does.
Well, the thing is, he's already on his world tour now. So, the idea that he will just have some witty thing to say, he might not, because he's already had his whole set planned out.
He can bolt it on.
I'm sure
he's smart enough to bolt it on.
Of course he will.
He's done. He got a standing ovation in Boston the other day. He got on stage. It was his first time on stage since, and everyone stood up and just clapped him for about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Good.
And then I think he addressed it briefly, but he didn't do any stand up about it.
Yeah.
Or anything, and then just did his set.
He's probably still writing about it. That's probably what it is. He's probably still putting that together. To make sure it's perfectly delivered.
I think he might swerve it. I think he might acknowledge it and put out an official statement. But as far as comedy goes, I think he may swerve it. Just be the better man in this situation.
It's good material.
Well,
it's very good material.
It is very good.
Andrew Schultz is finding out.
Yeah.
But
there's not many things Chris Rock could say that hasn't been said by other comedians.
I was going to say, they'll all have the take on it, won't they?
They'll find something.
Yeah. Akash that does Flagrant 2 with Andrew Schultz, he did a whole bit that was, Chris Rock's there's a difference, but there's two types of black people joke. That I think we tried reacting to it and had to bin it off because it was not for us. But he did that whole bit and he was like, there's two types of black people, and then the other type was Will Smith who get on stage and slap people. And it's like, it was hilarious from that podcast that they're just showing clips of.
You were there, and I remember him saying, I don't think that it was real. And I'm like, I don't think the acting could be that great.
No way, bro.
And so, then we ended up at the party, and then Rock was there, which I thought was a cool move. He's at the party. He's not like ducking anything,
Yeah.
I think he thought it was really weird. He didn't look like affected. He didn't have like a little cast on his jaw or nothing.
Imagine me and Kalila are in the audience. We'll never go there, but
we'll never.
Yeah, but
certainly
let's
not
suppose
front
we're
stage.
And Chris goes, look at Kalila with her heart defect or something, right?
Yeah.
And people are laughing, right?
There's something worse about my the way I look, not so much my
Look at
hair.
Bobby Lee is dating Stanley Tucci.
Oh God.
Stanley Tucci's here, right? And I kind of laugh, right? And I look over and you're upset, right? I would look.
What if he said this? Even worse.
Okay, go ahead. I'm in the audience.
Yeah. She looks so much like Stanley Tucci. He hasn't fucked her in 2 years.
No, you have to look upset. Then I look back up here, and I look at you, and I'll go, we're on TV, smile, bitch. We're on TV, bitch. There's billions of people, bitch. We're millionaires, bitch. You mean you can take that?
It's true.
Now, question, guys. Jada Pinkett Smith's hair condition. You think that's actually alopecia, or it's all like the R&B singers just rubbing her head?
Oh my gosh! Stop.
What?
This guy's crazy.
They said that her head is like the new log from the Apollo.
Gross.
Like, what, you thought I was gonna give all of those jokes in the intro? Come on, so we gotta have a couple leftovers for the conversation.
Oh my God.
You wrote that, you can have a career.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Here's what happened right afterwards. He won the Academy Award, then goes up and does a speech. The whole thing was so bizarre, and it made me think, like, how many other human beings could be in a similar situation and pull that off?
Not many.
Like, if a man walked on stage and smacked a woman.
That would not fly.
Would not fly.
Not fly.
If a woman walked on stage and smacked another woman, I don't even think it would fly.
I would love to see if The Rock said something instead of Chris Rock. Then is it keep my wife's name out of your mouth?
I'm gonna give you one. What if it was Jimmy Kimmel? What if it was a white dude? What if it was Ricky Gervais? Will Smith ain't hitting him, yo.
Yeah,
That's
probably right.
Will Smith, what do you think, Al? I don't think he's hitting him.
I don't know. I think Will was fed up. I think
this is the thing. I think Will.
It could have been anybody.
I think Will was fed up, and then he took it out on somebody he knew he could get away with taking it out on, which is why it's so pussy to me.
He's known him for like 25 years. He's like,
but he's also made jokes.
I want to make a point about that. He did make jokes in the past. I want to make another point. Nobody in that room was rooting for Chris Rock.
What do you mean?
Keep this in mind. All the people in that crowd have been made fun of by Chris Rock for the last decade. These are people who live in their own little Hollywood bubbles. Yeah. Nobody ever gives them pushback. Nobody ever teases them. Nobody ever says nothing to these people. They don't have a sense of humor. You go see these shows, and they're like groaning about all these jokes and then applauding when the joke is virtuous, right?
Yeah.
They have to go to these events because they want the public applause. Yeah. They want the public validation, but they know that they're going to get caught in the crosshairs from a Chris Rock joke, and it drives them crazy. And they were happy. Did you see the way Samuel Jackson dapped up Will Smith afterwards? Did you see the way that Denzel and Bradley Cooper?
Hey, watch it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Hey, Denzel a loser, dog.
No. Chill. I gotta give credit.
About to come over there and smack you right now. Fuck out of here,
Keep his name out your mouth.
I will.
At a certain point, it looks like he thinks that it's gonna be, he's joking.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure at a certain point, I bet it was very close quarters when the energy probably changed in his mind. He's like, oh, this is not a joke. What do I do? Do you think Rock did the best thing that he could have done?
Yes.
Yo, he literally, his new tour is called Ego Death.
Antonio Brown.
Getting slapped at the Oscars and not doing nothing? You can't have an ego about that, bro. And he can't even come back and make jokes about Will.
Yes, he can. Yes, you can. There's two types of black people. There's black people, and then there's Will Smith. Every time black people want to have a good time, Will Smith come and fuck it up.
That's good.
Keep going.
That's good.
Yo, Will Smith always wants some credit for some shit you're supposed to do. I protect my family. You supposed to, you dumb motherfucker. Beat my 4/5 mine. I hate Will Smith. The media. You think when I'm at the Oscars, I'm looking at the audience for the media? No, I'm looking for Will Smith.
It was a rare instance where someone is.
It's good that. Yeah. Who is it? Yeah. Akash.
Akash Singh.
Yeah.
I've not done him before.
No,
It's
but
funny.
he has just released 2 comedy specials
Keeps
on
popping
YouTube.
up on my timeline constantly,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll get round to that. I'll react to him. I thought I won't watch it.
Is he just like a stand-up or does he?
Yeah.
Or is he an impressionist as well?
No,
or?
he's a stand-up, but he's been mates with Andrew Schultz since they were like 18, 19.
Yeah. Chris
They've done
Rock's
the
not
podcast
Which is why he's on
impression
this
to do,
with
is
him.
it?
No.
Hey? Chris Rock's not really a
I'm
hard
not going to
impression
do it. But
No, yeah,
feel
maybe.
free.
I'll practice that and I'll come back to you on it.
Yeah, I've
Okay,
watched,
good.
That was all right, actually. I've watched both of Akash's stand-up specials recently, and one of them's crowd work, and it wasn't really for me.
Right.
It was very like, it's got quite an Indian crowd, and some
Yeah.
of it was quite specific references and stuff that were a bit above my head. But his actual special called Bring Back a Poo is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
His
actually-
brother.
Yeah. So it's a response to cancelling a poo from the Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
He got cancelled because it was a white guy doing an Indian guy's voice.
Yeah. Ah, right, okay.
Yeah. It's good though. It's worth a go.
Enormously famous and successful like Will Smith, that they literally still allowed him to not just win the Academy Award, but also go up and accept it and give a speech after he assaulted a small comedian.
Yeah, they should have
on
ejected him.
stage.
They should have ejected him from the show.
100%. 100%. I agree with that. You can't just go smack a man in the face in front of the world and then go about business as usual. First of all, it sets a terrible precedent.
Yes.
In so many different ways. It sets a terrible precedent for comedy clubs.
Yes.
Like, are people going to
Yes.
decide that they're going to go on stage and smack the comedian
I
now?
hope they try to smack Brendan or you. I just want to see one Joe Rogan turning sidekick. Yeah, Chuggy.
I don't necessarily think people are going to change their behavior, but dumb people might. But also, it's just like, what are we saying as a society when the people that we look up to, for whatever reason, for good or for bad, we look up to actors.
Yes.
And the Academy Awards is supposed to be them in their most regal their most regal outfits, their best behavior, and to drop down to violence for something so innocuous as a G.I. Jane joke.
What rematch would you rather see?
It's completely right there.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and it could set that precedent of people going, I'm offended by that, I'm going to storm the stage.
Yeah.
Well, you see how many people get offended about anything now and what they got, the lengths they go to.
Yeah.
Doing different different arenas.
Yeah.
Not necessarily stand-up comedians, but...
I think most people are down for it at a comedy club, though. You know, you kind of go there with an expectation.
Yeah, well, that's what it's for.
I go, and when I go to a comedy club, I'm going in with the expectation I'm going to get roasted for all the things that look wrong on me. I'm just an easy target. You think, and it's, they go out and have that.
Yeah,
and that's what I want. I want the comedian to be able to do it. If he does it in a shit way, I'll just be like, yeah, you're not funny, mate.
Yeah, nice try, mate.
That's just not funny, is it?
Yeah,
but, I'll still sit there and take it, and then just at the end, I'll just go.
It's like if a comedian looked at me and just went, "Yeah, you ginger cunt," and I'd be like, "Oh, beep."
They say, yeah, and
yeah, and I'd just be like, yeah, okay,
and
that's not very clever, is it?
I've not heard that.
I know, but
I've not heard that 40 times in the last hour. Just walking here,
off everybody around here. By
cars
the way,
were bibbing me out the window and going, "Hey, you ginger."
No, I think there's a high possibility if you go to a stand-up, anything like that, whatever it is, you could be roasted for something, couldn't you? And anybody could be.
You get up and go for a drink.
You don't know what they're going to pick on. It could be anything, you know. So
I think the only way, or one of the only ways back for Will Smith is to go on Rogan's podcast and just bare all and just talk about the trauma with the wife and her cheating on him. And,
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
But that'd have to be an end game for his marriage.
Yeah, correct.
But it would that would be the saviour of his career and everything else that he's got. His legacy would be secured, but his marriage would be over.
So are you saying he's got to step up now and bin off his missus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's true that it is an abusive relationship and that, you know, he is essentially not acting how he would act, which a lot of people who know him say that's not him, the way he's been behaving.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of the time a sign of someone who's being abused by a partner.
To be fair, he looked really, really angry and on the edge.
Yeah, but he was laughing at the joke. He was only angry when he saw her face.
That's what I mean. The changing sort of like emotions. It's
he knew he was going to get
somebody
it in
that's
the neck
got issues.
What's he was saying there before Schultz? I think Schultz hit the nail on the head as well when he said that them people in that room, none of them were on Chris Rock's side because they didn't want to, they've got no sense of humour. And they live in this little bubble where they don't like people taking the piss out of them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
that bully on stage saying nasty things to us.
But in theory, they're the biggest bullies of the lot.
Yeah.
You know,
of course they are.
With the way they run that little corporation of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Will Smith's a big star, and they didn't want to be on his wrong side either, did they?
No.
What be against him because it's a superstar. And they think, well, I'm friends with him, so I want to stay friends with him.
Not just that, you might end up working with him on his next blockbuster movie.
Exactly.
So it's all an ass-kissing exercise, isn't it, Hollywood?
Of course it is.
But yeah, I think if he really opened up, if it is true about his relationship, and if he went on Rogan and opened up and said, "Listen, I'm making changes. This is the way it is," held his hands up and bore his part of the responsibility as well.
Which he doesn't seem to have done at the moment. He doesn't seem to have.
He's done an apology through a press team. He's apologised to Chris Rock, but it's all a bit.
It's a big step if he's going to bin his missus off, because I think that's the.
It's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, that's probably what he needs to do.
If he is in an abusive relationship, because he might be the dick in that relationship.
Yep.
You know, we don't know. We're not there. But if it is true what people are speculating about it, walk away.
Yeah.
And people will applaud you for it. And then all his movies will get out the can, be back on.
Back on.
His missus is miserable ghetto as well. I think she's got a face like a slap peach.
I didn't know who she was. I've seen all the Madagascar movies with the kids, and she plays the hippo in Madagascar, doesn't she?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I didn't know.
Wouldn't that be the voiceover of it? You mean?
Yeah. She doesn't actually play a hippo.
I wouldn't have known that.
Doll versus Colby or Rock versus Smith?
Rock versus Smith, probably, just because I don't know how that plays out. But Colby versus Jorge, I think that plays out pretty similar to how it played out the first time.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, how much bigger is Will than Chris?
I think at least 50 pounds. I know that. Oof. How tall is Chris? You mind checking that out?
How tall is Chris Rock? 5'10".
Wow.
I wonder if either can scrap.
Will Smith is 6'1.5".
Did you measure him at the Oscars?
I looked it up.
You did?
And then I got bored of looking it up because I was trying to figure out the weights or whatever, and I just went to sleep.
And here's what comedians had to say on Twitter.
Will Smith can fight, though.
How do you know?
He's trained.
What, because he did the film
No,
Ellie?
'cause he did Ellie.
No, but he's apparently trained as well. Like he's boxed and stuff. Not competitively, but he has trained seriously.
Right,
so,
okay.
I mean, when I say can fight, has trained to fight.
Yeah.
So it's not like he doesn't know how to throw a punch.
Right.
I don't know if Chris Rock has any sort of
training and being in the actual fight, two
completely
very different things.
But not knowing how to throw a punch and knowing how to throw a punch are also worlds apart as well.
Yeah,
aren't
but
they?
Chris Rock's a bit street, isn't he? He might have grown up scrapping.
Maybe.
Saying, I mean,
Yeah,
Will Smith might be the same as well. He's from Philadelphia, isn't he? Will Smith,
born and raised.
Yeah. So I mean, could be a tough streets of Philadelphia. He could be from the projects there, scrapping around. You know, I don't know what his upbringing was.
True.
But when your upbringing's in that, you kind of like grown up scrapping.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You fight every day or at least 2-3 times a week.
Chris Rock does have brothers, doesn't he? So it's rougher growing up with brothers a lot of the time, especially if they're older. You know, when you're getting you're
try having a sister, mate.
Beating up by a girl.
Said, okay, but also, and this must be said, that was all great television. From the slap to the speech. Before that, the Oscars was incredibly boring and tame. We found the formula. A rocky marriage, a violent attack, a redemption arc. What a show. Andrew Santino said, it's a comedian's responsibility to always know their audience, and that includes everyone's medical history, likes, and dislikes. Mark Norman tweeted about 600 times since this happened, but two of my favorites were, thank God Chris Rock didn't take a shot at Alec Baldwin, and also I bet Chris Rock is having a real jerk store moment right now.
The ocean called? They're running out of shrimp?
Yeah. But then I said to him, oh yeah? Well, the jerk store called, and they're running out of you.
Really? That's great. You said that to him?
Well, actually, I thought it up on the way over here.
Oh, that's not quite the same.
No, it's not. You don't know this guy. It would have been so sweet.
Tom Segura I thought was a little soft on Will Smith. All he had to say was, fuck Will Smith's candy ass smacking a dude 4 inches shorter and 50 pounds lighter. He's just in his feelings because his bald-headed bitch been fucking around on him for years and he takes it. We all know who he wishes he could have slapped. Hashtag cuck Will. He also tweeted these 4 pictures of her bald ass head and said, this bitch been bald, jokes about it or her are fine. It was tame AF, you are super sensitive about it, buy a fucking wig. And finally Sam Morrell said,
Tom Segura might have been the most savage.
Say what you think, Tom.
Sounds more angry than I.
Doesn't he?
Wow.
He's not happy.
The stand-up bits we've reacted to Tom Segura haven't been that edgy, have they? And people in the comments have said there's much edgier bits out there. He's pretty
some
find it out.
Things he does in his podcast and what he talks about proper.
Yeah.
But I guess it's what you can get away with on certain platforms.
Yeah, true.
won an award for being the best actor, but he couldn't act like a human being during a joke. And he also said this was the biggest hit Will Smith has been involved in since the 90s. So, all around crazy thing that happened. Here's every comedian's take on it. I'm sure no one will care about this in a few weeks, but it was fun while it lasted. Make sure you subscribe to Joke World, follow us on Instagram. Thanks for watching, and more videos coming soon.
He's not wrong there. I'm sure we'll all have forgotten about it in a few weeks and no one will care.
How long has it been now? About 2 weeks?
I don't know.
I'm just trying to think what date
was it over the weekend? Was it on a Sunday?
Must be knocking on 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
A week and a half maybe ago.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing. I can't remember what day it was.
It must have been a weekend, mustn't it?
Well, the
Must have been.
Grammys have been since.
Yeah. That was only about 3 nights ago, wasn't it?
It'll be probably 2 weeks this weekend, I would guess, maybe.
It's a nice distraction from everything else. That's exactly what it was.
Absolutely, yeah.
You get to judge someone, feel superior for a couple of weeks, and then move on to the next thing. That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think he's shot himself in the foot massively, though, hasn't he? Yeah. Will Smith, I think, from all the fallout and everything. It's,
well, his wife probably parachuted and shot him in the foot.
There was a Megan Thee Stallion joke there, wasn't there, somewhere? She got shot in the foot by someone.
Did she? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do vaguely remember that. Yeah, now you mention it, because when we were reacting to one of her songs, it was was it Megan Thee Stallion or was it?
No, it's Megan Thee Stallion.
What's the Mexican girl called?
Cardi B?
No. Mexican girl.
Snow the Product.
Snow the Product. I know they got shot in the foot.
No, it was. I'm sure it was Megan Thee Stallion, and it was that really short rapper guy, wasn't it?
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, anyway. we're digressing massively.
Hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell, and we will catch you on the next one.
Cheers. Guys.